So we're now in the studio and I'm going to show you some very quick setups and how you can make your flash look a lot more better than without any modifiers. And of course, I'm going to show you the Rogue products. So we're going to start out with an image from Marie. She's standing next to the wall and we're going to use it with just a bare strobe. I'm going to use the Canon 580 EX2, which is on the camera. So the first image we're going to do, just plain open strobe. As you can see, this is an awful picture. So what you can do to make it a little bit more interesting is bounce the flash off the ceiling. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to aim it up and I'm going to bounce off the ceiling. So there we go, Marie. That's nice. Very cool. So this was bounce flash. What I'm doing is I'm bouncing my strobe off the ceiling to my model. And this is something that works really well. You have a nice soft quality of light because in essence you're making a very big light source. But sometimes you don't have a ceiling to bounce off, like in a cathedral or outside in the field. So between using this or this, there's a huge difference in quality of light. So what can you do to get that bounce quality onto your model? Well, the Rogue products has a great modifier for that, and it's called the large flash bender. So we're going to put that on the strobe and I'm going to show you how you can create bounce flash with the large flash bender. So we placed the large flash bender on top of the 580 EX2 from Canon. And of course I can use it like this and create a nice quality of light. This is very nice. But if you want to have more power out of the flash bender, what you can do is just bend it. And now I'm aiming the light more towards my model. This will save me a lot of batteries and I get more light output. So this is great. But one of the things that's very important, what you always should remember, when you fire in your strobes off camera position, that's not the most beautiful kind of light. So let's move the flash off the camera to a stand and let's see what we can do with the Rogue products after that. What I've done now is I am using the large flash bender off camera on a 580 EX2. I've aimed it at the model and remember the model is standing very close to the background. The reason I do this is because a lot of photographers work in small studios and especially with the FlashBender system. This system is so flexible that even in a large studio you can have beautiful images, but also in a small studio. If you are limited in space, this is the stuff you have to get. So let's take a picture of our model with the big FlashBender. Very nice, Marie. Cool, beautiful. Okay, look a little bit into the light. Very nice. Cool. As you can see, this is a totally different image. This is 100% different from on camera. So the first thing you have to do is get your strobe off the camera. But let's look at the other products from the Rogue imaging series. And they have a lot of products from the FlashBender. So this was the large one. We're gonna go now to the smaller one. I've now added the smaller FlashBender, and also the smaller FlashBender gives you a great quality of light. So let's make some images of Marie, and it's the same setup as with the big FlashBender. So there we go. Look a little bit towards the light, Marie. Very nice. Can you tilt your body? Yes. Perfect. Eyes a little bit more up. Eyes towards me. Very nice. And as you can see, the quality of light is a little bit harsher because of course it's a smaller surface, but it's still a beautiful quality of light. So with those two FlashBenders you can create the more softer look and the more harsher look. And I'm always in doubt between the two, but I take them both with me in the camera bag. They don't take up any space. Now I hear you asking, if I want really soft light quality, is that also possible? Yes. They also have a softbox attachment. So I'm going to show you that one now. And we're going to make a portrait of Marie with the soft light quality. And the softbox gives you a nicer, softer quality of light. The first shot I'm going to take from the same position. And after that we're going to change the position. So Marie, look a little bit towards the light source. Very nice. Look a little bit more towards me, please. Very nice. Cool. Okay, So this is a beautiful quality of light. It's a little bit softer than the big FlashBender and it gives a more diffused look. But when you work with the softbox attachment, what I really like to do is place it a little bit closer to the model. And then you're going to use your light fall-off to create a more dramatic image. So let's try this. I'm going to place it a little bit closer to our model. And Marie, can you stand a little bit more in front? Very nice. Stop. And can you look a little bit that way? Very nice. I'm placing her a little bit further away from the background to create some separation. Very nice. Wow, look a little bit more that way. Very nice. So now you can see that the background is out of focus. It still gets some little bit of light from the soft attachment. And you can create really great portraits with just one strobe. And now we're going to get a little bit more creative. Now the FlashBender is standing really close to the wall. It's almost touching the wall. And because you can bend the light away from the wall, you can make sure that only the light that you want hits the wall. And you can create some stunning images with this. By moving around your model, you can create more or less contrast. So when you're standing in front of your model, you will have a lower contrast. When you move to the sides, you will have a higher contrast. So I'm going to make some shots just with the FlashBender. And again, it's standing almost straight against the wall. So, first images. Marie, please look a little bit towards the light. Very nice. Very cool. Now I'm going to move here to make it a little bit less contrasty. Very nice. That's nice. Lean against the wall, what you did. Wonderful. And I'm going to move all the way here and I'm going to shoot almost straight into the light. Can you look a little bit that way? Very nice. Okay, change to here. And as you can see, I'm constantly moving around my model to make sure that I get the most out of the light setups. And this way, when you move around, you can really maximize the outcome of your shots. And the more your model has to choose from, the better it is. Okay, now it's time to be even a little bit more creative. We're going to add a second strobe and we're going to give just a little bit of extra color on the background. Okay, so now I've added the softbox aimed at our model, and in the back there's another strobe and I've added a red gel to it. So the Expo Imaging Rogue set also includes gels. You can mount them very easily on your strobe and you can create special effects with it. Of course, you can also use your gels, and that's where they're normally used for, to balance the light temperature. Like for example, your strobe is about 5000 degrees Kelvin, but for example, tungsten light can be in the 2200, 2800 Kelvin. And then normally you use a strobe and you use a gel on your strobe to lower the color temperature of your strobe. For example, you use an amber gel. In this case, I'm using it as a special effect. So I aimed one strobe on the background with a red gel and one strobe on my model. And now I can create a little bit more depth in my image. Okay, Marie, can you look straight into the light, please? Very nice. It's cool. Very nice, keep it that way. And again, by changing my position just a little bit, I can control what I see in the background. Very nice. Okay. We're going to use the system a little bit more, but we're going to do that outside. So let's go outside, Marie.